see a reason why.
He don't fit that.
That's why we ain't got no more lights.
Yeah, I don't see a reason why he would even take a bargain like that. He's on top right now.
That's true. He is getting sued a lot. Speaking of getting sued,
he already won one.
Speaking of getting sued, Steam versus New York. So
that's the long over that. Yeah.
So
the loot boxes.
The state of New York is suing Steam over CS:GO loot boxes. So I didn't know this until I looked it up. That the market for CS:GO skins go super hard, right? Where there are some skins that like value in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I didn't know it was that high.
Yes,
I knew it was high.
That's a lot of money.
And New York is saying that
Letitia James, I think.
Yeah, that this is technically gambling, which it is.
It is,
right? I mean, it is fair.
No, it's not.
Ain't no technically. It's gambling.
I thought with CS:GO you actually bought your skins from like different people on the game.
You know, it's a marketplace on there. Right. You buy skins and you trade them on there, so it's not really gambling because you. Oh my bad. You're not really gambling because you are interacting with the economy that's within.
You know that they have this value. There's different ways.
I mean, they probably bought it one way, and then it gets more value over time if they don't let the skin out again.
Yeah, because this comes from CS:GO. CS:GO been on there since the beginning of Steam.
But they still got loot boxes and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that like you get a skin through a loot box and then hold on to that and then trade it on the marketplace.
So a lot of countries now have stricken down on loot boxes, like because I remember the whole thing with Overwatch, and I think it was. Yeah. So they have they have tried to resolve this. But my thing is that if you're going to take away loot boxes and the whole like random pack thing, what are we going to do about trading cards? Because
that's basically what it is. It's just
trading cards is different because, everybody has the same, chance to get the card as by buying the packs. They're distributed in a certain way. So the distribution system in and of itself prevents that from becoming what loot boxes have become.
But like, what's the difference between loot boxes in a video game to cards?
They're willfully acquiescing to the fact that they know what the. So by allowing people to use things that have been bought and sold, they're willfully acquiescing to the fact that it was bargained for some other place. Does that make sense?
So you're saying due to the fact that they got it initially when they got it through like whatever route they did?
Whatever route somebody got it, and the fact that they're able to use it on their platform, they're participating.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. So they have. So for example, you have control to let somebody use the skins from a loot box while they're playing the game, right? So if you say that if you sell your skin, you can't use it anymore, then you basically, clamp the door shut on, excess spending, all of that.
Right.
But if you say, I don't care how you get it, you can play with it on here, then you're participating. Especially if, it's common knowledge that these things are going for $100,000, $20,000, $30,000, and you're letting people use it. So, with gambling, it's like, okay, I have this money now, I can use this money to spend on whatever. You're saying, I have the skin now, I can use it to play in this game. Right. And you're hosting. It's like being in a casino. Do you have liability at a casino? Yes, you do. You may not. You may not be the person snatching the money from them, but like you're facilitating a place that they can win and lose money in. So you're taking a cut, but you're not direct. You know what I'm saying?
I get you. So you're saying like, okay,
they're saying that Steam, they're saying that Valve is the casino,
right? So let's say Yu-Gi-Oh. Let's say with Yu-Gi-Oh terms, whatever. You buy some cards from another player or whatever, and you play in the same tournament. Would whoever came up with Yu-Gi-Oh be like in trouble for that because they allowed them to use?
I don't know. I mean, that's a good argument. I don't know.
I wasn't trying to argue.
I'm saying that there are cards, but as very base, there's not nearly as much money in these cards as there is in these games. Because these cards come out, I don't know, a few times a year. There's new decks and stuff, or they support for decks and stuff. These skins come out every week. Every week it's new skins. These are worldwide people playing these games. These games are some of the most profitable IPs in the world.
Yeah.
So
For years.
There was an old adage, I think in law school or some other time I heard it, that said, you're not a problem or you're not on the government's radar until you start making a shitload of money. Mm-hmm. Once you start making a shitload of money, people go, wait a second, they make a lot of money over there. Let's take a look at this. Because you can find illegality in almost everything we do.
So, do you think that the state of New York has a case to make?
Yeah, 100%. Loot boxes should be banned, period. There should not be loot boxes and there should not be secondary market. And if things are going to secondary market, they should be banned from the game.
I know you come.
God damn it, Julius.
You coming at it from like the law perspective of it, but just like.
But it matters. I'm coming at it from the father perspective too, because my kids, my nephews play Roblox and Minecraft and all that other stuff. I don't want them. Like I remember my nephew wanted. I said, "What are you ready?" He goes, "I want Robux." I'm like, "What is Robux?" He said, "That's how you buy stuff in Roblox." And I said, "You need money on a card to buy stuff in the game." And you 7. Like, what do you know about anything? Why do you want to buy extra things in this game? It should be illegal to even market this stuff to kids. If it's a kid's game, there should not be no extra nothing. It should be you own the game and play it. So it's like we've gotten to a point now that we finally
we've kind of normalized gambling.
We've normalized squeezing the cheese cloth until nothing's left.
But I would say, it's no difference than Killzone skin on $10. It's no different than that.
I'm an adult.
Kids play that game too.
They should.
I think CSGO.
Everybody's fighting freedom.
You said what now?
I think CSGO is an M-rated game.
Yes.
Right? Either way. That's why there's lawsuits about that. There needs to be regulations on. I honestly don't think kids should be playing M-rated games either.
Nope. Yep.
But that's. Wow. You see the side I don't care about the kids.
I started off on Doom at 4.
At 4?
Yeah.
They need to lock your parents up. No, that's crazy. Lock him up.
Put him in a gulag.
Throw him in a gulag. That's crazy.
That's why I like first-person shooters.
These games, I don't know, man. It's just.
I was playing GTA at 7.
GTA 2?
One of them. It's 1 or 2.
The top down.
I remember that one. So, the way my purpose is saying is that loot boxes, a lot of countries have done away with loot boxes. Like, you can't have loot box systems in their countries. Like, there's a reason that exists. And it goes down to the whole other lawsuit that just came out not long ago about the addiction of video games. So people act like it doesn't exist. Like, this stuff is here. Like, it's here. We're now at a culture in video games and that there's a whole lot of money to be made. There's different ways to make it. There are real consequences from people playing them. There are consequences to children playing them at different times. Like, we can't, as video game enthusiasts, ignore all of the other things that come with the responsibility of playing them. That's one of those things, and I can't stand without one of the loot box issue because I think that they're wrong. I think they're wrong, and I think they just happen to be the first person to get sued for it. So, sorry.
That's one of the main problems with the whole loot box and the gambling and stuff like that. Like, if you're a game, I understand that you want to make money. For instance, I currently play a game that is free to play. They make a lot of their money off of skins. But you know what they do with their skins?
You ain't even switching at all.
Significant part of this.
I got picture on now, so it's.
He over his head on a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna let it ride.
But yeah, with that, like the main thing is like their skins cost money. Here's this price for this thing that you want. Can it be ridiculously priced? Can you spend $50 on this free-to-play game and get this skin? Yes, but it's up to you. And you know exactly what you're getting when you pay that money. Here's the skin. Oh, you want this emote? Here's the price for this emote. Why do we need the randomization? Like, I get what you're doing with the gambling and everything because obviously you're making it to a point where people are inevitably, most likely, the vast majority of people are going to spend way more than whatever this product is actually worth because let's say this skin is worth $20. Let's say that. You doing this loot box thing, you have a chance of getting the skin, and you might be able to use some free in-game currency to do it. But hey, guess what? we have a time limit on when
let's go a step further. Let's go a step further with that. That's a great transition. Let's go a step further. They also got accused of having the near miss effect. Do you know what the near miss effect is? It's what they use in fucking casinos. It's what they use in casinos. When you pull the slot lever and you see the 2 sevens pop up, you're like, oh shit, I was really close to winning. That's called a near miss effect. And that's written into programming of machines that you gamble real money on. So the near miss effect has been used in the loot box system to make people buy more loot boxes. To seek like, that's wild. Yeah. That's gambling. You're a casino. You can't do that. And then on the other hand, go, oh, we're not doing anything wrong. There's gamblers anonymous because of that shit. Mm-hmm. Like, the people's lives have been ruined for that shit. And you think that just because this is a video game, you can't do the same thing? We have the science. Let
me ask a question.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. That was a good transition, but I'm going to cut you off.
So, I'm not sure if Steam actually facilitates the trading of.
Well, that's just a part of it. That's part of it. The lawsuit is very large. Very large.
So, even though if Steam doesn't technically say, or if Steam says that we don't actually host the gambling, that's
the secondary market is for the value. The secondary market is for the value.
Wait,
the secondary market is the value part of it.
I'm sorry, Matt, real quick. Sorry. Valve made Steam, correct?
Yeah.
So, that would still be them. Then.
But if, like random person says they, make CSGO trading skins.org, can Steam still be liable for...
No, so wait. So let me put. We were talking. Sorry, but I didn't know that I didn't understand what I was saying. So in a casino, you host a game, right?
Yeah.
And you manage the slots, or whatever. The value that comes out of the slots is the money. So their argument was that the skins have no value because they come from the loot box.
Yeah.
The market itself shows that there is value. The fact, it shows that Steam knows that there is a value to these things that they're giving away, and that they're doing the random and the near miss shit to give away these things that have value. They're saying, well, they don't have value. Yes, they do. Look at this marketplace that you know that they're bought and sold and trade on, that you can even have on your system or on your or whatever. You know that this exists, so you know that you're giving out something of value, and you know that you're using that to make people gamble on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's where it all comes into play. So the loot box itself is the basis, but the secondary market and trading is the value.
Okay.
So that's what makes it money. Does that make sense?
Yeah, all right, my question. So what exactly makes Valve liable for what?
That's what I'm saying.
Outside of their actions, because it's not like it's on Valve. Steam, but Valve is the one who creates Steam. But it's not like Valve is just having like an open, hey, come on in and trade this stuff. There's nothing outside.
About so it, by making the randomized the seemingly randomized loot system with things that have no value, they said we're not at fault. But by allowing people to buy, use, and trade these things that obviously have a monetary value and then use them on your platform, you're acknowledging that the thing that you're giving away in a suggestive way has value. So you're saying, so what you're doing is saying, I'm not doing anything, but you actually are. Because you're hosting the place where somebody can pull the lever.
But that's what I'm saying. They don't host the place because they buy it on like that. So they
where did the skins originate?
The skins originate with.
There you go. There you go.
But that's not where they're trading them at. They go to
right. So, but the skins originate with the company, which then are shown to have value someplace else, but then are taken after that value has been assigned to them and put back onto the game. Okay. So they're saying that we know these have value, and we're allowing people to use them after the value's been assigned. Now, if they said, hey, you can sell your skin and then you can never use it again, that'd be very different. But then that also wouldn't give them any money, and they decrease the value of all the skins.
Oh, so when people sell their skins, they still use them after they sell their skins?
No.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Because he said if they're not allowed to use the skins,
you can trade the skins, and then when you get the skin, you can now use the skin in the game.
Yeah.
That's
what I thought you were saying that. When they sell it, they can still the person.
No. It's so that's the thing, right? It's become a product that has a value, and now that you sold that thing, and then you let the person come back, you're acknowledging its value. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. It's just one argument of a person.
So it goes in a circle because if they said after you got your random skin, this is only yours. You like Gears of War used to do back in the day with their loot boxes. Like, okay, I pull this thing, great, I have it now. It's only mine. I can't give it away to anybody. That's fine. It's random. It is what it is. But cool. But by allowing you to sell it, you're saying that you're giving away something that costs money.
Okay,
there's a monetary value to it, so you're incentivizing people to want more loot boxes.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
And then when you add something like the near miss effect that makes people buy more loot boxes, now you're incentivizing gambling. It's gambling. It's just flat out gambling. There's no argument against it.
I get that.
And their main argument was there's no value to it. It's like, if there's no value to it, then why do you let people use the ones that have been bought and sold?
I guess right somewhere.
Listening to this, it sounds like Steve in trouble.
They are. That's the point. They are in trouble. This is not a joke. Like, they are. It's.
So you know what? They might sell something. That might be the price. That might be the price right there.
Getting sued over and over again is enough to dissuade somebody from wanting to be a part of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking about getting sued over and over again, Nintendo versus Trump.
Right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Lead us off.
So basically, Nintendo and a good amount of companies are suing Trump over.
They said Nintendo and a good amount of companies like Nintendo.
They're the only one.
The legal arm of the game.
They're suing the Trump administration over the tariffs, right? Because Trump, as told by the Supreme Court, was putting tariffs on other countries illegally, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Okay. So now people want their money back, and I want my fucking money back too.
Sure.
Okay.
We're not gonna see it. That money's gonna go to them companies that we're never gonna see it. And the worst part about it is that they have used the lawsuits like, oh, look, everybody, we champions for justice, trying to get us all, the tariffs and mess us all up. But you think they're gonna lower the price of games? No, why not? It's already going up now. They don't care.
They announced the price of the Switch 2 before the tariffs even came into effect.
Let's talk about that. It's not about that. It's just more bullshit, man. It's just more bullshit.
It was already kicking $80 games.
It's just more bullshit. You think that if they get a refund, that they're gonna pass that savings down to us? That they're not.
If we were being honest,
and there's a lot of refunds coming. Basically, after that Supreme Court case that ruled a lot of tariffs unlawful, there's a lot of refunds coming. That don't mean that any business is gonna change. People don't give money back. They're not gonna give it back to the consumer. That doesn't happen.
Nope.
Plus, I really don't know what they're gonna do, because even if the companies do win, how are they going to divvy up the money between the people, the companies, not the consumer?
The consumer, yeah. Well, the way lawsuits on a federal level on that the way that works is that the named person gets the most, and then they'll divvy up the rest outside of that.
That's what happened. Actually, when I was recruited, that's what happened. So when they didn't pay us all our money, they gave the lead on it.
The name,
yeah. And then the rest of them, they gave us like $500, something like that. Yeah. We didn't get all the money, but we got some of it.
So either way, I think that's nothing burger for fans of video games, because we're gonna see any trickle down. No. Unless you're talking about urine, we're not gonna see any trickle down.
The Nintendo game's still gonna be $89.
It's still gonna be $89. And I wouldn't be surprised if the price go up again.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy.
It's going to be $100 by the next 2 years. Nintendo games will be $100.
It takes a lot for you to be like, man, I want Nintendo to win.
I don't ever want to see Nintendo.
I don't ever want to see Nintendo.
But it's like
winning by coming out with more Mario parties. Then I don't. That's the only thing I care about.
Bowser ass nigga.
They gotta get, as long as they keep coming out with Mario parties, then I'm not going to pick up my league.
Actually picking up the Switch 2 until another Mario Party come out.
I think that one already did. I ain't going. I'm always waiting on sale at some point.
You gonna wait for the new Super Smash Brothers to come out? That's what it is.
That's enough too. Super Smash and Mario Party are the only 2 games I need Nintendo for. Super Mario.
You didn't even watch it.
One was good. I did like Mario Wonder. That was great.
Alright, well, it seems like that all we got to say about this topic.
Shit, at the end of the day, we're not gonna see that money. Like, we're not about it. It's not gonna happen.
It don't affect us.
If it does happen, I would be super surprised.
I'll be surprised too.
But it's not gonna happen. I mean, that's just above us at this point.
Yeah.
Fuck Nintendo. I love Nintendo.
Fuck them.
I love Nintendo. Please send me
Trying
games
to
for free.
wait for the segue, man. It's not coming, man. Come on, man.
So I mean,
also,
Nintendo.
I had a nightmare last night. And that
Speaking of evil Nintendo and evil Trump with his tariffs.
That reminds me of evil
U.S.
Speaking of government bombing cities, no. That was good. Thank you. Appreciate it. I didn't switch.